The era of the conglomerate is dead. We are currently witnessing the greatest fragmentation of wealth in human history. As of April 2026, the data from the IMF and Gartner is clear. Global growth is steady, but the source of that growth has shifted. It is no longer coming from the giants, it is leaking out of them. While the masses are focused on getting a job at a big tech firm or building a generic startup, the top 1% of operators are doing something entirely different. They're building micro-monopolies. A micro-monopoly isn't a business you run. It's an invisible infrastructure you own. It is a hyper-specialized, agentic-driven node that performs one high-value function better, faster, and cheaper than a legacy corporation ever could. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to declassify the blueprint for the micro-monopoly. I will show you why direction beats skill, how to identify the inefficient human silos ripe for disruption, and exactly how to build a sovereign empire that requires 0 employees. Welcome to the Architect's Sunday Briefing. To understand the micro-monopoly, you must first understand the fragmentation of scale. For 50 years, big companies won because of bigness. They had the offices, the legal teams, and the massive human workforces. But in 2026, bigness is a liability. It creates a stagnancy tax. The architect does the opposite. You don't build a big company and add AI. You build a micronode that is AI. The 3 pillars of the micromonopoly. 1. Hyper-specialization. You do not do marketing. You solve high-ticket lead verification for private aviation. The more specific the niche, the more absolute the monopoly. 2. Proprietary logic. As we discussed in our divergence briefing, you don't use polite chatbots. You use constitutional AI. Your micromonopoly is built on a set of logical rules that ensure 99.9% predictability. This is your moat. 3. Invisible infrastructure. You use tools like make.com to connect your logic to the world. You aren't managing people, you are managing API throughput. You aren't just a solopreneur, you are a market disruptor. Now we move from theory to the physical construction of your micromonopoly. To disrupt a multi-billion-dollar industry, you don't need a venture capital round. You need a sovereign stack. There are 3 essential tools in the architect's toolkit. Tool number 1, the logic engine. Anthropic's Claude 3.5. In 2026, the market is flooded with chatbots that guess. But for a micromonopoly, guessing is a terminal risk. You use Claude because of its constitutional AI architecture. It allows you to feed the model a massive set of ground truth documents, industry regulations, legal codes, or technical manuals, and ensure the output is logically sound and legally defensible. Your monopoly is built on the precision of your prompt engineering and the quality of your grounding data. Tool number 2, the orchestrator, make.com. If Claude is the brain, make is the central nervous system. This is where you build your invisible infrastructure. You are not coding in the traditional sense. You are designing agentic flows. Use Make to connect your logic engine to the world's data. You create a watch module that monitors for new client inputs, passes them to Claude for processing, and then executes the outcome. Whether that's generating a smart contract, filing a compliance report, or settling a digital invoice. This is how one person does the work of 50. If that level of efficiency is your target, drop a like on this video. It signals the algorithm to keep your feed focused on execution rather than entertainment. It's the simplest way to tell the system to prioritize your growth. Tool number 3, the gateway. Perplexity Pages. To dominate a niche, you must establish transactional authority. You use Perplexity Pages to curate high-authority, real-time research reports for your clients. This isn't just content. It is a dynamic, AI-generated knowledge base that proves your micromonopoly knows more about the niche than the legacy giants. It turns your technical edge into a visible, high-status asset. The Sunday execution line. Stop looking for side hustles. Start looking for workflow friction. Find a legacy business still using spreadsheets and manual emails. Map their process. Build the replacement in Make. Point Claude at their data. And deliver the outcome. You aren't selling software. You are selling the removal of complexity. Now, how do you actually find your territory? Step 1. Identify the inefficient human silo. Look for industries protected by complexity. For example, commercial real estate property verification. Step 2. Build the agentic workflow. You don't need a team. You need a multi-agent orchestrator. Agent A, the scout, scrapes filings. Agent B, the auditor, powered by Claude 3.5, cross-references files against city zoning codes. Agent C, the closer, automatically generates the verification report. The 2026 reality check. Gartner anticipates over 2,000 death by AI legal claims this year due to poorly governed bots. This is why you build with constitutional protocols. Your monopoly isn't just fast, it's safe. It is industrial grade. There is a fundamental shift happening in the human psyche. The 2010s belong to the startup founder. The early 2020s belong to the creator. But 2026 belongs to the architect. You are no longer defined by your skills. In a world where AI has commoditized every skill, from coding to copywriting, your value is found in your direction. Building a micro-monopoly isn't just about the revenue. It is about sovereignty. It is about realizing that you don't need permission from a CEO or a VC to dominate a market. You only need the protocol. If you want to ensure you are equipped for every Sunday update as this landscape evolves, make sure you're following the protocol. Subscribe and turn on notifications, not for the metrics, but to ensure your sovereign stack remains updated with the latest signal. Here's your equipment for this week. 1. The framework. Stop looking for business ideas. Start looking for human friction. 2. The tool. Open your Make.com account. Map out one simple workflow that takes a raw input and delivers a verified output. 2. The mental model. Remember, direction beats skill. The crown hasn't just slipped from OpenAI to Anthropic. It has slipped from the big to the precise. The world is fragmenting. The giants are leaking. It's time for you to go out and claim your territory. I am the architect. This was your Sunday briefing. Build the machine. Own the monopoly. I'll see you in the next protocol.